Okay, this is Lunenburg Water District meeting for November 8th, and it's on public access, Lunenburg Public Access TV to be replayed at another time. Let's have a pledge allegiance to the
Let's
flag.
have a pledge of allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay. Okay, we're going to approve the minutes of October 25th. Did you read those or
I
anything yet?
did not see them yet.
Oh, me neither.
Did they make the? Oh,
Everything's in there.
I'm sorry.
Go ahead, everything's there.
Okay,
I'm going to look at this again for another second.
no problem. Oh, it was just you and I here last week too, so how about that?
Yeah. While you're doing that, I'm going to sign the warrants. Check them out and see what's going on.
I did one extra payroll warrant in there where we're gonna be missing the meeting in 2
Oh,
weeks because
okay,
of
good.
Thanksgiving.
All right.
So that's why there's 3 in there this week. The expense warrant, there is, first pay rec for MDR. They put in for $20,000 and that was just for their bond.
Okay.
So that's why that's in there, and I don't know, did you figure out if you sign pay rec one, if the board signs?
I'm not sure. I mean,
Okay.
in
Well,
in
once
the
they
past,
sign-
it was the board or me.
Right. So,
Well, once they sign off on this,
but we've already signed off on their
their
contract.
full amount.
Right.
Yes.
Their full amount.
Yeah.
So, I don't really.
Yeah, usually every pay rec is a sign off
Okay.
where it's reviewed. So
But that's just so you see that number, the $20,000.
No, I understand.
That's,
Yep.
That's all that is on
and
there.
yeah, usually it's on the warrant, so you guys have to sign off
Yep.
for her to write the check. So, but I'm not sure who.
I would assume just you signing off on each one,
as
making
as
sure
long
that
as
the
they
work's
approve.
done.
Yeah.
And so the time bond on the Hickory Hills pilot study, does that include that 22,000, or was it 22,000?
Yep.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
believe so, because what was that one?
Right, that was with all the change
That was all
orders.
the
Yeah.
change order,
Yeah.
and that's
Yep.
okay.
And that should all start. They said this week is when he was setting it all up to get things going.
Tank
so it
going.
should be. Yep. He
Okay.
said the tank is like next day when he calls for the tank.
Yeah, okay.
So that should be. Everything should move quickly once he gets his system built. That was the thing, because he was measuring the roof, how much
Sure.
space he had, so he was
They're
designing the
kind of
system.
making it in-house first, right?
Right.
And then take it apart, bring it there
Bring
and
it,
set
yep.
it up.
Right.
Look good to you there, boss?
That's
You
A.
gotta.
Yeah, I will. I just said.
You already signed it,
I
didn't
already
you?
signed it.
Yeah.
But I would like to make a motion to approve the meeting minutes of October 25th, 2023.
So moved. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Get shut ups.
Well, I was just trying to get it out of the way.
Thank you, John.
Okay. We approved the minutes, we signed the warrants. There's supposed to be a discussion with a,
Number 3's off the table.
he's
Yep.
off the table tonight.
Rescheduled for the 29th.
Okay. Review and vote proposal to do additional well repairs at number 4 on Lancaster Avenue.
Okay, so the well crew's been down there for a week. He's got the well up to way better capacity than when he got there. When he originally gets there, they do a pump test on it, and he was pumping 100 gallons a minute, and the water table dropped down to 27 feet. He cleaned the well for a short period of time, like an hour, and he did a pump test on it. It was pumping 200 gallons a minute and dropped last to 26 feet. And that was when he just started, didn't do any chemicals or anything, so things were looking good. So part of the process for when they do this cleaning, they pull everything out of the pump, all the wells, all the casing, everything. Typically the casing starts to get pitted and stuff, and they usually replace casing. So in this case, they took the pump back, they always painted it up, they cleaned it, they take it all apart, and he said that pump was in very poor condition. So he feels we need to replace it, so.
This is the one he wants to replace it with?
Yes, so he was getting three quotes from different people. One quote was so high that he didn't want to use that one. This guy's done work for us. His dad, his company's been around forever. I mean, they've been putting wells in since
Sullivan?
before Wilfred Water was putting in wells. So I trust the guy. You know, if he says we need it, I don't think he would,
All right.
go against it. And there's really nothing we can do. It's either we replace or take the well offline. So
Right.
He's been in there for a while.
it's 1995.
Yeah, it's,
So we
I'm
got
sure
our
it's
time
due.
out of it. So
Yeah, I'm sure it's due.
497 TDH, is that like the max?
that's
Push.
speed of head, total dynamic head. So
Okay.
if you take the actual water table to the height of the tank, that's what it would be. So
Okay.
that's actually a little higher than what Lunenburg is.
Okay.
Typically, when I buy a pump, I do 465.
Okay.
So that's a little. So it has more pressure, and it pumps a little more. So it definitely can pump what we need to pump.
Yep.
And the good thing is that well has a VFD, variable frequency drive, so we can adjust the flow, so we can actually back it off to.
I guess you can almost tune that into.
Exactly.
Okay.
We can tune it.
What's this 35 feet of 6-inch pipe, column pipe?
So when the pump discharge head that you see when you walk in the well, there's a 6-inch pipe that goes down to the pump. The pump is a 10-bowl assembly. There's a column pipe that goes to that pump.
Is that a stainless pipe?
No,
Oh, because I'm just looking at the
I think
end.
it's steel.
Yeah.
Stainless steel shaft though. That goes through in the middle of that 6-inch pipe. Goes
Oh,
to
so
the
there's what's there, a 35-foot shaft? From the motor down to the,
there's like a 5-foot piece on top,
Yeah.
and then they'll do the 35 feet. So
okay, all right.
The shaft will be 40, and then the pump.
All right, I was just looking at the other side, that's why I
Is
was
the pump in
wondering.
the well or up above it?
Down
Oh, it's
the
in.
bottom.
Okay.
The very bottom is the pump. The
Okay.
pump is at the very bottom.
I'm just
So-
like any well. I mean, the pump's down there, and then it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So our wells is a 10-foot screen on the smaller wells. Lancaster have 10-foot screen. Typically, the intake to the pump is at the top of that
Sure.
screen. Give or take.
Yeah.
So because they don't ever want to de-water that screen.
Correct.
So.
I got you. All right.
So
Why
yes,
not- why
typically
not?
They shoot for, I guess it corrodes.
Yeah,
I could see.
so
Oh.
they don't want it in the air? To-
Right. Right.
Okay,
So the second page I gave you guys was what we had in, Fran and I were talking about, the budget. So if you look at, we have well testing, 10,457, and then we have well cleaning, 20,686. So the original quote was for right around 13,000 for the cleaning, and now we've got an additional quote for another 13,000. So we're looking around 27,000 for this project. So Fran and I were thinking we'll use those two accounts.
Sure. The well testing and the well.
The well testing
cleaning.
and the well cleaning
Yeah.
account.
Yeah, it seems reasonable.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I think we were talking that maybe we should do an article at one of our meetings, special meeting or annual meeting,
Sure.
replenish that, because I mean, as time goes on, we're gonna have to clean out.
Right,
Yeah.
so I mean, if that's 95, I mean, that's 30.
Well, the pump is 95.
No, I understand.
Last time we cleaned it was 2011. So,
So to even replenish the cleaning one.
Sure.
For
I agree.
other wells, if that's something you.
yeah, because I was contemplating cleaning the Keating well,
Mm-hmm.
because you don't want to go too long. If you go too long, you can't always get them back.
Yeah, I think we should stay right on top of these
I do
wells
too.
all the time. Because you're gonna benefit in the end, you're gonna get more water, you're gonna use maybe less electricity
I
to
think it would
pump
be
it.
easier on the pump too, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, yes, yep, everyone, yeah, works easier, yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Do we looking for a motion for this, or?
I think you need one, right?
Okay. Well, I make a motion to replace the pump for well number 4, and we'll be using the well cleaning and the well testing funds to do so.
Perfect,
So moved.
second.
Did I do that right?
I think you're supposed to second.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, I'll second it too then.
All those in favor? Aye.
Alright, we'll let him know.
Hey, I'm new at this, I've only been here 30
I was
years.
supposed to say, John. I get to use that.
It's confusing.
It
if you're
is
not on top of
confusing.
it
I still
all the
don't really
time.
know.
No, I mean, hey, Franny's here to correct us
Yeah.
anyhow, or Christie, so we make a mistake, we'll get corrected, don't worry about it.
I actually think that seems quite reasonable for a pump, but I haven't bought a lot of these things, so I don't really know.
How many horses is that?
Actually, that well is 40.
Down in the well, 40
No,
horse?
it's a vertical
Oh,
turbine pump,
okay,
so
all right, I
the
got you
electric
now.
motor's
Yep.
up top,
Yeah,
and there's a shaft that goes through that 6-inch casing. so
Gotcha.
The pump is at the bottom.
yeah,
So it's a 10-stage pump. So the first stage is actually one that pumps all the water. Each additional stage just increases the pressure.
Gotcha.
is that one of the ones that starts off slow and then comes up to
Yes.
speed?
Well, it never used to be, but we stuck the variable frequency drives in.
Yeah.
So yes, it does a slow ramp and to start and a slow ramp down to stop, and then that's the one with the controls, so we can adjust the hertz
Yeah,
to.
okay.
Is it 3-phase down there?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Doesn't matter much though, as far as cost wise for electricity.
Oh, more.
All right, is there any other thing on that number 4 well?
Nope.
No?
No. Okay, Commissioner, Superintendent, Clerk, Treasurer, additions.
I followed up with, Fuss and O'Neill about the postcards.
Yep.
So he said, he gave me all 3 breakdowns. He said if we wanted to do a bulk one out to everybody, like we talked about, it was
Yep.
2,300. If we wanted to do the customers minus the 350 who submitted it already, we'd be at 2,000. And then I questioned, what about not sending them to anybody, anyone who's done them, and unknown buildings that are older than 86 before that went through, which would only be about 450 postcards for $400. So I kind of thinking and I know the tough part is it would be nice for everybody in town to do this, because when we do our GIS, it would be really nice to have updated information. But as far as the lead service line, I'm thinking we just do the $400 one just to meet the requirements. At least let's push at least this,
So,
1,000 people.
right. It's just my thought that while you could send out these these postcard things,
Yeah.
my guess is you're going to get about a 10% return on it. You know what I'm saying? I still think that we need to forecast out some time and money that is going to be needed to gather this information. At the end, we're going to be going door to door, and we know
Okay.
it.
I was kind of curious about that. Do you know, can the district, I don't know how to put it, like get paid, like can our time be paid towards this? Like if our guys
I don't know that.
go out and say, all right, we just spent 4 hours going door to door, do we then give that to
That's
Fussin' O'Neill?
so that's like
They-
kind of a good question, and that's kind of what I was thinking about earlier. Is like,
Alright.
at what point does this turn into like it's not that's not a daily activity of this water department.
Yeah.
Now we need to go like we will need to allocate time to do this.
Alright.
So that's kind of like as we talk about the monies on this, like I'd rather try to start saving money on stuff now because I feel in the end we're going to have to.
do something.
Do something.
Yeah.
What, how have we notified anybody in the past on this?
It's been in
We've
the
just
bill.
been doing the bill, the
Just in the
mailings,
bill.
yeah.
And put in the
Facebook.
flyer. Yeah.
So everybody that's got a water connection got one of those in their bill.
Yeah.
And what do we got? Only a couple back. The
300
pictures back.
350.
350 out of 2,500.
Yep.
Did you send one in?
I don't have water.
Oh.
I got a well. I drink out of the brook. But, you know, so because of these people aren't helping us out and sending their pictures back in, we're gonna spend $400, $500, $600, $800 to get it done instead of them, you know, trying to help us out and get
I
this
know,
done.
but
John,
I get it, it's the hard part is.
I'm
is
one
that,
of them. You know,
You know,
it's,
we get the, you know, even people have commented to me, I do get all my stuff electronically, well, I did confirm. They're there.
Oh,
They got
really?
electronic- I called NDS
Well,
and I asked, and I said,
remember-
yes, it's there.
we had talked about figuring out exactly what the requirement from the state is to prove this. Remember we were kind of having that discussion. Did we?
I didn't get an answer as
Okay.
far as this. I'm guessing we're gonna be able to do the same as we did when we did the excavation. You know what I mean? We went there and we said, well, Fran installed this, so we know
Right,
that.
right, I guess-
So I think we can,
So,
I'll
like,
have to double check with them
Yeah, I would like to
again.
get like confirmation of like what is considered proof to them.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, yes, a tie card from 1986 that shows this perfect, and I think that will narrow that right down
Okay.
to the unknowns.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like my old house, for example. Like I'm sure that's had water since a long time, but
Yep.
I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Versus like Hickory Hills, like we were talking
Yeah,
about. That was
they're
put
all
in
new
in the
water was
90s.
put
That's
in,
all
yep.
okay. Check. Like we don't need any feedback from those people because
We know.
we know.
Okay.
So I'm thinking that we just concentrate on what we don't know, like this
Yeah.
the house that's been on West Street
yeah.
since the beginning of Lunenburg.
Okay.
That was built in the 1800s before the water department even existed.
Yeah.
Those are the ones I'm concerned about.
Yeah. All right, let me, we keep emailing, so maybe I'll set up a Zoom with him and try to get.
Right. I mean, just
Game plan
like
with them,
I-
but,
because I would hate to like put money out there on stuff that maybe they're like, oh no, you don't need that.
Yeah.
If you can show me this, then that's
Yeah.
proof enough, and that satisfies that. Because what is this? October 24.
Yes, we have a year, just
Yeah.
under a year.
Right.
I mean, I think we're in really good shape for, I think we're in good shape for the excavation part, for all this
Right.
kind of
Oh,
stuff.
absolutely.
So I think this is kind of the last part. So, I mean, do we even want to try at least the $400
Oh,
expense for the
absolutely,
postcard? Okay, so let's
absolutely.
at least do that.
Yes.
Let's at least hit the 450
Yep.
postcards. And then from that, why don't I have them say, okay, this is the list of the 450 that we're mailing out.
Yep.
Let's give it a month.
Sure.
From that 450, who did you not get?
Yep.
Can you give me that list? And then can our guys be an expense
Right.
to go door to door and do
Or
this?
I mean, a phone call. I don't
Yeah.
know. I
Yeah.
mean, start basic. Like.
Or even putting a letter on their door.
Sure.
Hey, can you please just scan this?
Yeah.
You know, if you need help, call us.
Right.
All right. Okay.
Let's go with that, and then. Are you okay with that?
Yeah, and just one thing I was thinking about. You're gonna go, if it comes down to going door to door, this is gonna have to be a weekend deal. Nobody's home during the week.
Yeah, not like they were in the old days.
Well, I mean,
And then you're gonna notify me ahead of time, we're gonna come and knock on your door to take a picture of your meter on such and such a day.
Well,
And
we
then
could
I-
always, we can always leave the letters
Yes.
that just says,
if you went door to
Can
door,
you-
you knocked, and
and nobody to answer, we'll leave that on there that says, we really need to take a picture of your, same thing we do
Right.
if a meter breaks.
Sure, right.
We leave a letter,
Yep.
you need to set up an appointment, we
Right.
need to fix the meter, please call us.
Right.
we'll
Yeah, so they'll
create.
call and say, hey, I got it, I did it,
Yep, or,
Right.
hey, I
Yeah,
don't
don't
have a
know.
problem.
Exactly.
Yes,
And I
Honestly,
think
the knock
Yeah.
in the letter might be like, oh yeah, click, but done.
yes,
You know.
and it's pretty quick.
it is, yep.
I agree with everything you said except for one thing.
Well, hold on, we're not on.
Oh, okay.
One thing at a time.
One thing at a time.
Granted, someone slid it under the doormat here, but
Oh, okay.
All right, so we'll
I
get
thought-
the postcards, and then I'm gonna talk to him about going forward, what we need to do for
Yes.
that.
like I said, the biggest thing I guess I would like to see is what is required from the state, and
Yeah.
can we provide it, prove it, whatever the words may be
Yeah.
for that,
Okay.
and then we will focus on the stragglers that
Yep.
we need actual pictures of it.
I think the money side of things, if we don't use it, we don't get it.
Right.
So,
Yeah,
if there's 50 grand left over, then, that's
Right.
it, the state keeps it,
Yeah.
gives it to someone else.
which is, I mean, but we're gonna try to,
I mean, let's just do our due diligence, and
Yeah.
I don't think this is going to happen like that by any means, but
no, but I'd
at
like
the
to
same
stay
time,
on
there's
top
no
of
need to
this.
send someone a postcard for something that we don't really need any information.
Yeah,
You know, like you said,
Yeah,
we don't
so
need
we'll-
to send them to Hickory Hills because we know it was put in the 90s.
yep. Okay,
Okay.
I had one other thing, unless you wanted to.
Good.
We got the quote for the cameras that we had talked about.
Yep.
I know the original quote we had was for them to install it.
Mm-hmm.
So I called them and I said, what if we do it ourselves? Cause it was almost $8,000 for them to do it,
How much?
$8,000.
Oh, I thought you said 80.
No.
I was
So,
gonna say, what,
so
a
we got a
TV?
price for the 2 cameras, the brackets, the mounts, everything in there with, the licenses for them. Puts all like the stuff in the cloud.
Yep.
$3,128.
Yeah.
And I know that's a lot, but like Fran and I were talking about, that these are cameras that we're gonna be able to use forever.
I wouldn't bat an eye. I mean, yes,
Okay.
that is money well spent, period.
Yeah.
So,
Doesn't take long to do that much damage.
yeah.
And
And-
they run on the same idea of our microwave link stuff, power over
Yeah.
Ethernet.
Yeah.
So we got all the cabling and stuff, and I
Yeah.
do this whole time, so I can do it.
Yeah.
So are you guys okay with me ordering those up?
I am.
I am.
That was it?
The only thing I got is I mentioned last meeting, I want to do a newspaper article.
Yep.
And, so that's what I came up with, short and sweet, and just to let people know that the water main is getting replaced in the spring.
Okay,
So what do you got?
what I was gonna say earlier is, these people down there put up with a lot of trouble with that water main. And we've done our best to get this thing replaced before winter. But we haven't got it replaced before winter because our permits have been held up for no reason, I don't believe. It should have been done by now, but the state is having trouble getting their permits out. And that's the problem. We're working on it. We want to get it done. We want to keep you people from any inconvenience, but it's really not our fault. We've done everything possible.
I agree that it's definitely not our fault, maybe a little bit, because we're the one that hired the engineering firm to do this. So I think it's tied to not only, the state is very difficult, they're not like the old days where
Well,
they're trying
you
to
say,
hand
I don't
sketch.
think that we should put that in the note.
No, I
He
agree.
just wanted
No,
to get
I
it
just
out.
wanted to tell the people.
okay.
Yeah.
No. I want to let them know that, it's not our fault that what's going on down there is
I think
not
that-
all of our fault anyhow.
Right.
So I just tried to give some basic things.
Yeah, that's a
We've
good
got
idea.
Temporary water line, who's doing the job?
Yep.
Yeah,
And I want everybody to know that there are gonna be days where stuff's gonna go bad, and we have to shut the water off, but it's
Yep.
gonna be
Well,
hopefully a planned shutdown,
Right.
but you
I
never
will
know.
definitely say this, that if the water is going to be shut off, if that could somehow be, versus like, what, no water? I obviously, we all understand that what's happening here, but,
Yep.
So a typical shutdown, okay, water's gonna be shut off on Wednesday. We go down there maybe the week before on Monday, hand out letters to everybody with the detail. Water's shut off, but we don't shut it off at 7 o'clock tomorrow, we get to like 9 in the morning.
yeah.
So that way
sure.
people get up,
Yeah.
get their showers, eat their
Get up
breakfast,
to
and
the
then
Yeah,
we
yeah.
do a shutdown.
Yeah.
Well,
And
let's,
typically I say long, I say 9 to 5. Usually it's
Whatever it
9 to
is.
2,
Yeah.
never is it what I
well, let's
say.
hope we have no more breaks down there this winter. We get through the winter without any breaks, we'll be happy.
We're doing good, yeah. So, but anyway, if you wanna take that, just read it, think about
Yep.
it, and, I'll just send it to the, ledger.
Anything else on that? Any
No, I
public
mean,
comment?
I think,
He's moving this one right along.
love it. Nothing else?
No, I got nothing.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
I'll second that.
Meeting adjourned. I felt that's where you were going. Was I picking up on the?